5 years, 0 payments for up to 90 days, and 0 for 2 years of factory scheduled maintenance with legendary Toyota reliability and value built into every model we make.
All from the brand you trust today and tomorrow. Toyota.
I was just waiting to see your eyes light up when I said this.
What the president told reporters today that left everyone in the room with a lot of questions. Plus, 7 on Your Side investigates drones donated by China to help police maintain social distancing.
This park is currently closed.
Are the Chinese using them to spy on us? And a local teacher with a star-studded surprise for her students learning from home during this pandemic.
Made my day, probably made my year.
Right now at 11, more than 1.5 million Americans have now contracted COVID-19.
Johns Hopkins also reporting close to 300,000 recoveries, but more than 1 million people have not been cleared yet. But there are positive signs of recovery. Governor Ralph Northam says that Virginia Beach will reopen this Friday as part of the state outside of Northern Virginia continues the trend in the right direction. A new positive milestone in Italy's recovery as more parts of that country are easing restrictions, businesses are opening, and the nation has seen its fewest deaths and new cases since before its lockdown. And developing tonight, President Trump says he has been taking hydroxychloroquine to avoid COVID-19. The surprise announcement going against recommendations made for the use of this drug.
And that admission, John, surprised everyone. The president has been pushing that drug despite warnings from many doctors that it may be even more dangerous than helpful. ABC 7 chief political correspondent Scott Thuman with the questions that followed the admission and the president's answers.
From the president tonight, a surprise revelation about how he's personally trying to protect against the virus.
A lot of good things have come out about the hydroxy. A lot of good things have come out. And you'd be surprised at how many people are taking it. I happen to be taking it.
Hydroxychloroquine?
I'm taking it, hydroxychloroquine. Right now, yeah.
Even though it's debated, some say dangerous, President Trump said he asked the White House doctor to give him the drug typically used for malaria.
I was just waiting to see your eyes light up when I said this. Yeah, I've taken it for about a week and a half now, and I'm still here.
Meanwhile, some promising news about a possible vaccine called Moderna. Early test results in patients brought hope to Wall Street, where stocks skyrocketed, ending the day up more than 900 points. That on the same day that for the first time in 2 months, 130,000 auto workers returned to assembly plants Monday amid mixed emotions.
Well, I know personally 5 people that passed away from this. 4 of them worked here, 1 worked next door. So we're scared.
My wife's a nurse, my sons are cops. I'm ready. Let's go, let's get this done. We got to do it sooner or later.
President Trump also met today with top restaurant executives who've been big recipients of a lot of federal funding. He said they're going to continue to try to save that industry because of how many people it employs, but also said the government will get that money paid back many times over because of how much the industry pays in taxes. On Capitol Hill, Scott Thuman, ABC 7 News.
As for hydroxychloroquine, one of the studies on whether it can prevent or block COVID-19 is happening in our area at the University of Maryland Medical System in Baltimore. Last month, doctors told ABC 7 what they're hoping to find.
Nobody would be doing this study if we didn't think that there was potentially a role for hydroxychloroquine in preventing the spread of disease of infection and disease within households. At the same time, if we knew that it worked, there would be no role for the study.
Earlier observations of the drug on critically ill patients showed it does not improve outcomes and may even be deadly. See why doctors say this new study is safe and what makes it different from the earlier research on WJLA.com/coronavirus.
Well, new at 11 o'clock, the Republican chair is now vowing not to hold a virtual convention. Right now, the Republican National Convention, it has been set for the end of August in Charlotte. The party has hired a medical advisor. Now, you'll remember Democrats already delayed their convention from July to August. Still unclear if they will gather in person or online. And new developments tonight, Virginia State Police now issuing a